You're watching VNN, Vision News Network. We're bringing you the latest news from Belmont University.
Let's bring you up to speed on some of the stories you'll see today on VNN.
I'm Melissa Kriz, and we'll be giving you a look at an organization hoping to make this holiday season a little brighter for Nashville's children in need.
I'm Harrison Baldwin. This is 5-Minute Expert.
Welcome to our December edition of VNN. We're your hosts, Sarah Scannell and Harrison Baldwin.
First, Caroline Cathy has the latest in Belmont buzz, filling you in on the biggest headlines from around campus.
Thanks, Harrison and Sarah. Alpha Tau Omega learned Wednesday that the Iota Phi chapter will not be allowed to return to Belmont, which means fraternity members can no longer wear ATO letters or meet on campus. The organization has appealed the initial university decision to remove the chapter's recognition, but Belmont reviewed the appeal and denied it. Provost Dr. Thomas Burns said the decision came after multiple conduct violations over the last several years, including the investigation this fall. ATO's CEO Wynn Smiley said the incident that sparked this most recent investigation was a dinner at Chili's Bar and Grill, and said the fact that this is the animating incident that prompted this university action, to me, is somewhat amazing. Dr. Burns said he knew people would be upset by the decision, but Belmont is focused first and foremost on student safety.
We love the men of ATO and want them to be successful as Belmont students, and we think the smartest and most responsible thing to do is to make sure that we are creating guidelines and processes where our students are safe and protected.
This hasn't been the only recent change for Belmont Greek life. Starting next year, first-year students interested in joining a Greek organization will have to wait until the spring to go through recruitment. Dr. Burns said there were many reasons for this change, including scheduling difficulties, but he emphasized that the main reason is the university's desire to provide new students with a longer period of time to learn about Greek letter organizations before they need to make the decision about whether they are interested in joining one or not. In other news, Director of Title IX Compliance and Prevention Programming Molly Zlock has resigned from her position and has taken a new job at Vanderbilt University. In her role, Zlock worked to make sure students weren't subject to sex discrimination, including sexual harassment and assault. Zlock said she is proud of the work Belmont has done since she assumed the role and said Belmont is really committed to ending sexual violence on campus. Assistant Chief of Campus Security Marlene Hall will act as interim Title IX coordinator until they fill the position. Be sure to tune in next month for more Belmont Buzz. I'm Caroline Cathy. Back to you, Sarah and Harrison.
Thanks, Caroline. Several Belmont students founded the Wishes Foundation to give hospitalized children the chance to hang out with some of their favorite princesses. Melissa Kriz met with Elsa and Anna at TriStar Centennial Hospital to see the princesses in action.
Yes, of course. Sometimes people just need nice, big, warm hugs to feel better.
Belmont sophomores Kat O'Neill and Rachel Kennelly wanted to bring princesses to life for children in need of some extra joy.
We're a group of fairy tale princesses, all college-age girls who are portraying these characters who go to pediatric hospitals and homeless shelters and social institutions.
They founded the Wishes Foundation to make big dreams for little ones come true. While every visit is different, the princesses have some things that hold every visit together.
We typically send a couple princesses per visit, and we bring activities related to that character. So, for example, when Anna and Elsa from Frozen go visit a hospital, we usually bring cutout snowflakes that the kids can decorate, and Elsa crowns that they can color.
The foundation runs entirely on donations, which is important to group members like Sarah Jane Klaus and Jane Afterbeck.
We're not just a princess company. You can't hire us to come out to your child's birthday party and we'll show up and sing for you. We're a nonprofit organization who exists just to serve the kids of Nashville who need that extra joy that princesses and princes can bring.
The Wishes Foundation is definitely, it has a pull to it that other organizations that I work for don't. The other ones are more party-based and entertainment, but the Wishes Foundation brings a sense of hope and joy to children that isn't given in other areas.
But no matter where they are, these women are excited to share the magic only a fairy tale can bring.
A lot of the kids in the hospitals go through things every day that we couldn't even imagine, and just that little 5 or 10 minutes, that moment with the princess, they can forget about whatever they're going through in that moment, and they can just experience the magic.
Reporting for VNN, I'm Melissa Kriz.
Thanks, Melissa. The holidays are especially tough for hospitalized children and their families. You can go to the link below to donate to this great organization.
The holidays aren't the only thing Belmont is celebrating this season.
Belmont basketball is in full force, which for the Belmont mob means giving away a lot of free t-shirts and pizza.
Let's head over to Shelby Vandenberg for a special basketball edition of Bruin Blitz.
Thanks, Harrison and Sarah. Basketball season is in a full court press right now. The men are currently 4-3, with wins over Trevecca, Vanderbilt, Middle Tennessee State University, Houston Baptist, and Seattle. The first home game was one for the books as the Bruins battled Vanderbilt and came out on top. The sold-out, record-breaking crowd of 5,266 people spent most of the time on their feet. Dylan Windler led in points and rebounds, while Austin Luke led in assists. 72 hours later, the Bruins defeated one of the nation's most talented teams, the Blue Raiders of MTSU. Keeping up with this 3-game winning streak, the Bruins battled Houston Baptist at home. This game benefited the Wounded Warrior Project of Nashville and was a huge game for junior Kevin McLean, who had a career high of 27 points. In the championship game of this tournament, the Bruins faced Seattle. Luke scored a career high of 26 points to lead the team past Seattle 90-77. Belmont has won 93 of its last 99 home games. But the 4-game winning streak came to a hard loss against Providence on the road. Providence's Kyron Cartwright sank an off-balance three-pointer at the buzzer to give Providence a 66-65 victory. This is one of the most fiercely contested and dramatic games, as both teams received national top 25 poll votes. The Bruins suffered a tough loss to local rival Lipscomb for the Battle of the Boulevard, 74-66 last Monday. The game also spoiled head coach Rick Bird's 1,000th career game as head coach at Belmont. Now to the women's team, who is currently 5-2 with wins over Tulsa, Fort Wayne, Samford, Gonzaga, and Florida Gulf Coast University. The ladies ran a 4-game winning streak before falling short to Stanford. The game against Tulsa marked head coach Bart Brooks' first win for the Bruins. Kylie Smith and Darby Maggard made Belmont history, becoming the first duo to set a record career performances in a single game. Maggard scored 33 points and Smith scored 31. The home opener did not disappoint as the Bruins beat Fort Wayne 74-42. Far from Stanford, the Lady Bruins placed their bets at the Play for K Showcase Tournament in Vegas, and the gamble paid off. They finished the tournament 2-1, taking on 3 teams that were either nationally ranked or receiving votes in the polls. The women still have big teams to play like Vanderbilt, Lipscomb, and Arkansas State. We wish the women luck in their games. Tune in next month as we bring you an interview with men's head coach Rick Bird and highlights from 2018's most anticipated games. In January, the men take on Tennessee Tech, and the women will go head-to-head with Vanderbilt. Back to you, Sarah and Harrison.
Last week, Harrison hit the ice with figure skater Shelby Toll from the Nashville Skating Academy. Check out our latest edition of 5-Minute Expert.
What's up, guys? I'm Harrison Baldwin and I'm your 5-Minute Expert. Today I'm here with Shelby Toll. What are you going to teach me today, Shelby?
I'm going to go over some basic stuff with you. We're probably going to go through some swizzles, maybe a little bit of backward skating. We'll see kind of how well that's going before we move on.
How long have you been figure skating?
About 13 or 14 years now.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
What does it take to be a figure skater?
It's a lot of patience, but, you know, as long as you're determined, you can work through it as fast as you want.
Let's do it. What are you going to teach me first?
I'm going to show you how to do a swizzle. It's a very basic move. We start with our heels together, like this, and our toes pointed out. Bend our knees, and we let ourselves glide forward.
Okay, so now that I've mastered the swiveling, what's next?
We're going to do some backward skating now.
Okay, great.
This is really fun. You just bend your knees,
okay.
Wiggle your hips.
Get a little hip wiggle.
Close.
How do you do it?
You just wiggle. It's easy. I think it's time that we combine our skills. We're going to start with our swizzles going down the red line.
Yeah.
Then we're going to skate backwards around the circle and finish off with a nice bunny hop.
Yeah.
Got it?
Oh, I was born ready for this. Well, thanks for teaching me. How did I do?
Okay.
I'm Harrison Baldwin. This has been 5 Minute Expert.
Yep, got a lot of bruises on that one.
Well, honestly, it was better than when you tried opera.
No pain, no gain, though. Now for this month's Rig Review. Keith Pye, well-known Belmont guitarist, gave Jason Saida a behind-the-scenes look at the making of his music.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Jason Saida here with VNN for Rig Review. I'm here today with Keith Pye from Blackwood Row. How you doing, Keith?
Hey, I'm good.
Good.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your setup.
Well, basically my setup is like, I just need to be able to get all the sounds I need in a given week. So I'll go between doing country stuff. I play with a jazz band, and Blackwood Row is like folk rock sort of thing. So I just have a bunch of pedals and a British amp and an American sounding amp, and that's what I do.
That's it?
Yeah.
All right, so tell me about some of your favorite pedals on this.
Well, one of my favorites is the Mythical Overdrive, which is by Rimrock Effects. Here I have the CMAT Mods Butta, which is a cool name, and that's asymmetrical clipping, a little bit brighter.
Okay.
But it's still like a blues breaker sort of thing. I like to pair that up with the Wampler Ego. I think it's the most recent one. It might be a couple years ago, but it's just this super bright, nice compressor that Brad Paisley uses. A pedal that's always been on my board is a Rat of some form.
Yeah.
This one is a stock Rat 2, except it has the LM308 chip.
Yeah.
Everybody asks me about this yellow pedal here.
Yeah, what is that?
It's an AMT Little Loudmouth. It's a volume pedal. I used to run a whole bunch of effects that I have lying around here.
Yeah, the graveyard.
Right.
Where your pedals go to die.
Yeah, I mean, I usually like cycle them in and out a lot. The Mr. Black Eterna, that's the gold modified version. It's super cool. 60 seconds decay time, 4-octave shimmer, full wet.
Wow.
I've got the Harmonist, which I like to do to fool some of the AET students when I'm recording.
So what are you running through there?
So this I just got, it's a Victory V30.
Okay.
Not to be mistaken with the Celestion V30.
Nice.
And I have it running into the Panama Guitars oversized Tonewood 1x12 cab. It's probably my favorite cab that I've ever played through.
Let's talk about your guitars.
This is my main one. This is a Schecter USA Custom Shop Traditional. I've used this one a lot recently. It's an Eastman T386, and it's a ES335 copy.
As I can tell.
Obviously.
Yeah.
But it's got a little bit more air to it, a little more treble to it than a normal 335.
Awesome. Well, I think that answers all the questions I have except for what a ring modulator is. I still gotta check that out. All right, well, thanks for tuning in, everybody. I'm Jason Saida. This has been Rig Review. See you next time.
Thanks, Jason.
For an extended version of Rig Review, head to BelmontVision.com.
Each week, we bring in Belmont artists for our Office concert series.
We brought in members of folk band Blackwood Row. Here's one of their songs to play us out.
Guys, tell me about how the band formed.
Back in September, freshman year, I went on the Facebook page, that was like our class page, and I was like, hey, who wants to be in a band? And then...
And none of us said yes.
Yep.
I said yes.
Oh, yeah.
Basically from there, it just grew organically, started meeting more people.
So you've got like a really eclectic mix of instruments here. Like, how did you kind of decide on that sound, and how did that style all kind of come together?
We just kind of kept meeting people, and then like this guy that was in our band before, he was like, I know a guy who plays banjo. And so I was like, cool. And then it was like, hey, I know a guy who plays violin.
Yeah.
All right. And then we were just like, we just decided to incorporate all of it because why not?
We'll see you next time on VNN.
Constantly making payments.